Um, so should we search for more articles, or is that enough if we summarize those 4 articles?
I think those are the seminal works, but at the end of the day, if you all found that, as I mentioned before, that there were some articles that were referenced by all the other ones that you think are worth us adding into the mix, by all means.
Okay. And how much do you want us to go into detail with describing the experiments and the results?
You know, I see it in two fashions. One, the more detail you get and you write it down, you're going to
Mhm.
own the concept a little bit more, actually a lot. So when it then
Okay.
comes time to editing,
Mhm.
um, we can then have a very active process.
Okay.
I think the more you own it, the more you write down, the better. And a
Yeah.
lot of that just from my processes. I've always found that in editing it's easier to chop down than to
Okay.
add.
Yeah.
So get all the ideas out there, and then
Mhm.
on Monday night, or Monday during the day, or even Tuesday, whichever is best for you all, then we'll just put it into a doc, and we'll crank it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, give you any questions or suggestions about the relevant works?
Not.
No, I was just looking at the other Google Docs. I know there are a lot open, so I was just trying to see where I could add stuff in. So I just have it in my own notes right now, and then I can transfer it over
Yeah.
on Monday or Tuesday.
Mhm.
So let's put Monday in. I'll set in. I'll send a meeting invite then over to the crew again. So we'll just crank that out. Um, I think it's good then that you're part of this conversation, because the relevant works will actually address what we're writing. So the works are relevant to this conversation. Um, so let's see. Let me find. Here's a demo. So I will send this all to you guys to make sure you have this. So this is the Google Doc that this is called Daemo Platform. So I'll just talk a little bit. So over the last, so what this section is basically it's. Well, let me take a step back. The purpose, the focus of the paper is going to focus on one very narrow theme, which is the relationship between workers and requesters.
Mhm.
Initially, we were much more ambitious. We're going to look at more interactions and trust transference and the like. But at the end of the day, we need this a simple. Over to you, Al. We're going to get this. This is what I'm sending on over. Is the link to the shared. You should all have that. So as I'm
Yeah.
talking, just let me know when you've cranked it open. And so what we are looking to do is take the introduction, which is very transactional, but very atomized, and it's very transactional. It's like the steps that one actually uses within the system. So as you get into the body of the work, and that's what we're writing right now, we're going to almost meld it with trust, and so continue the process of staying very, very detailed, but now documenting either where the mistrust is, the distrust, the themes that are making it a challenge in old systems for there to be a trusting relationship between workers and workers. And so we're going to do that at the 2 points of friction, or where there's vulnerability. And that's going to be with the reputation system and with the prototype. So instead of talking much more, do you all have the doc open now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
At the very top, under for today's call 9/6/2015, this is all the new content. So there's these 3 paragraphs that that I started to write. Now, when I say I started to write, they were influenced by the conversations we had with Allison and Neil and the crew yesterday. So based on what I just said, if you all want to read those paragraphs, yeah, Al, I just saw what the direction that Bernstein gave. I think we're kind of. I haven't read the work he recommended yet. I've finished this, but that was kind of in the back of my head as I was writing this. So I think there's plenty of opportunity to reference and engage the work he recommended.
Cool.
If y'all want to read this and see what y'all think. Let me crack open Bernstein's work and start working on that in parallel.
I read through the MobileWorks one a little while ago, so I don't know if you wanted to, which one you wanted to take a look at. If you wanted to peek through the other one.
He referenced more than one. I thought I just had MobileWorks.
Oh, okay. I thought he gave us two. It doesn't matter, one or the other.
Did he send it over under paper writing or under random?
It's in general. I think we read the MobileWorks one a long time ago.
Yeah. So Daemo description and then the Daemo piece. Okay. So let me know when you all are ready to engage questions or concerns, and let's.
Just as sort of a general question, T, what is your thoughts on how we transition from some of the concepts into some of the details? I just am not sure what the best way is to get into the details from all the relevant content.
Well, what I did is, so initially we had discussed, what had the first paragraph, and the second one would be shaped around prototyping, and then the second one would be reputation system. I flipped it, and instead of talking about the system, it's like the step. So I did that purposefully to maybe help, because I felt it got us a little bit closer to the details we just referred to.
Okay.
So let's read it and find out. It runs out of step though with the way I think the rest of the paper is going to be written, where it talks about the systems. I think that may actually be a mistake.
What was that?
The rest of the paper
Systems?
seems to be structured around, it goes reputation system and then the prototype system. It talks about the systems instead of flipping it and talking about the work or the challenges they want to address. As I'm looking through the Daemo paper, which talks about.
Does that usually happen in discussion, or does that because I'm just trying to figure out, because so in the intro we set it out, like what the problem is, what we're trying to solve. Then we talk about the history, related works. Then we say what it is that we're doing. But does it go in the demo part or in the discussion after the evaluation? So I'm not really sure where some of that gets tied together.
That's a good question. Right now, I just wanted to follow through the conversation we had yesterday about kind of atomizing the steps, but doing it relative to the problem, which was trust.
Okay.
So, I think we're going to go somewhere else. That's something we can certainly find out during the next steps of it.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a question on the second paragraph. It says that the requesters approve, reject, or modify accordingly. So, are the workers, like, do they get this feedback about like why their task got approved, rejected, or modified? And do they get paid for their effort of doing it, even if it's rejected, or do they just get paid if the task is approved?
So workers engage. I guess it's the workers engage these requirements to return a prototype that the requester can approve, reject, or modify accordingly. Right?
Yes.
So my understanding. So what this is milestone 0. So so essentially the task gets defined in milestone 0. And either so. A requester may engage 5 workers to work on a prototype, let's say a UI for a platform, and he's looking for a wireframe, some sort of tool like that. And so with these 5 people, there's going to be active engagement on the requirements, the scope, et cetera, which then will allow these 5 folks to deliver what is presumed to be a higher quality product as a result of the communication. So from that group, someone is there's going to be a solution within that set of 5 that is going to be the preferred strategy.
Okay.
And so the other 4 then will be, rejected as a matter of course. Now they all may be very good. My understanding is, Al, is that everyone gets paid for doing
I believe. Well, are you talking about during the prototyping?
Yeah.
My understanding is that during, I believe, I mean, we should confirm, but I think the whole point of prototyping is that everyone gets paid.
Yeah.
But
my understanding as well.
But now that we're actually asking the question, yeah, I mean, we have to have everyone get paid. We can confirm that, though. Let me see who's on right now.
I think I remember Michael mentioning that they all do get paid, and that was several weeks ago, so I'm not sure if things have changed.
Okay.
So just, yeah, double checking on that would be good.
So what that means, so I think that's a critical thing we'll just throw in there, that regardless they get paid. But the important piece is that a task now has been refined and matured to an extent that when it's then thrown out into the platform, those that want to work on this task, they have a higher sense of understanding that there has been some vetting, there have been some critical conversations that what is being asked for is actually what the requester wants. And that once you now have that comfort level, I think there'll be a greater commitment to delivering and to working on tasks. And then
All right,
outside,
so
you can feel
T, I just asked Bernstein about payment, and he says he would say yes, it's paid unless there's obvious malfeasance, because we do want the realistic feedback. So I was just confirming for now whether we should say yes or with the feedback, and he says yes, we should definitely say that it's paid.
Okay.
Okay?
good question. Good answer. Thanks, everyone. All right.
The only other question I have, like in a more general, is that I know that we're supposed to provide the sort of nuts and bolts, super dry, like the actual system description. We have workers, there is a task feed, the task feed does this, you know, all those sort of very dry descriptions. Where do you want to put that in here?
I don't know. You hit the words that really don't appeal to me. Very dry descriptions.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stuff we just have to do, and I'm happy to help with that stuff. I just don't know where.
I think the third paragraph, like at the end of it, because we talk about our reputation system, so maybe after that you could write more specific things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think reputation for paragraph 3, I kind of stalled out because I tried to write number 3 as just that dry, atomized meat and potatoes. Like, okay, just like you asked, Al, and.
I mean, I think some of the RepSys folks might be able to pick that up and do that too.
The second paragraph, I did so, but I didn't get as dry. A requester has an opportunity to engage workers. They are paid for their effort to define the scope. Then it's thrown out into the world, and then it comes back.
Yeah, I think we have to do the uber dry versioning of some of that, but I can do that. That's not a problem. It's just more. It's almost more like systems documentation stuff, which I've spent my entire summer reading. So I'm happy to help out. I have more recent experience than I would prefer. Oh, okay.
Well, ladies, do you think this gets us at least pointed in the right direction? Do you feel? And I'm asking, Divya and Jana, since this is kind of the first time you've been seeing this. When you read it, first time, you get the sense of the problems of trust, and then you see the linkage to what we're doing facilitates trust. Need an honest breakdown, because if you're not feeling it, then let's work off those impulses to get to those points. I won't take it personally.
I think this really helps clarify, because I've been reading the other OpenGov paper writing documents and stuff, and so I've been pretty up to date on the problem and focusing in on this smaller issue, because I know in the beginning there was a lot. So yeah, this definitely helps, so I can pay more attention to the papers.
Perfect. So then let's start. I mean, that's. How do you, Al, since we're now in your space, how do you want to write up then memorize, systemize stuff. You just want to.
The stuff that comes after the third paragraph.
I don't know if we should.
Looking.
If we should just write it, and then we can flourish that up if you like, or if you want to try to integrate it into this, because the first paragraph is just generic. The second one is about the prototyping, task key, and then the third paragraph is about reputation.
I mean, I think since it's all so dry and consistently dry that we can just put it in at the end. In reviewing the Daemo paper, that is kind of where they put it. In the mobile works, it comes a little bit. Well, they both come a little bit sooner, but they're both seem to be sort of at the end of that section. So. I'm just looking at the way they break out Daemo versus mobile works. Yeah, it's interesting because mobile works and Daemo are written very differently. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure. Just want to make sure I'm referring to the same paragraphs he was referring to in the guidance we got this morning.
There's a little bit of difference in the tone.
In the Daemo section of the Daemo paper, yeah. It's just interesting because the mobile works documentation is significantly drier.
Yeah.
In Daemo, even when they're talking about the actual system, they relate it more to how we're doing it.
Packed in the Daemo paper.
Yeah, hold on one second.
So it's very purposeful, it's very reactionary, so there's a little bit of that edge there.
Yeah, hold on just one second. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, in Daemo, there are areas where it gets dry, like starting in the last paragraph of assembling a public. Workers can vote the idea up or down. The idea graduates to become. Once a user submits, once an idea graduates, campaigns a general software is what. Yeah. So basically, everything from the middle of assembling a public down to the beginning of deployment is all sort of pretty dry. So it seems to me that that is in keeping with sort of how we're doing it. So why don't I'll sort of take this, then these Daemo sections as sort of our template and try and throw some things into section 3. Okay. Just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I'm just wondering how we should go about this. So, all right, let me just kind of put this in here, and we'll just kind of start from somewhere. Just so we kind of know where we are.
Let me say anything. You don't want lollipops? Getting for everyone.
What's that?
Anybody want lollipops? I'm getting them for the
Whatever it takes to keep them busy so you can work, right?
Did I miss much? Oh, this is the part. Awesome. So how do you guys plan on doing it? Should we just try to talk it through, or should we talk it through and then have someone type it out?
Yeah, so I can read through the third paper by today and then get back to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. Should we try to, Al, should we try to dry run talking through it?
Should we try to what?
You want to dry run trying to talk through the dry pieces?
Yeah, I was just, somehow I lost you guys, so I was just setting it up so that I could see the paper on my screen and be able to sort of sort through it at the same time. Because the, hold on 1 second. I don't know why this isn't working. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so. All right, I'm going to throw out, but just to get started, Daemo is a crowdsourcing platform. Oh my god, this is terrible.
It's dry, so don't worry about it.
Having performance anxiety now. I never write in public. Okay. I've never done this before. It feels a little bit weird. Okay, so Daemo is a design. I'm just going to fix it later. Now I can't see the whole page. Yeah, but this is all stuff that we've written before.
Let's do this. Let's just go back and talk about the dry pieces as it relates to the reputational system.
It's not strawberry.
It's not? What flavor is it?
Can I see him?
You take it.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
He's my intern.
How are you guys? I'm away for a while. It's just nice to see him. Hey, pal. Hey, bud. You look a little bit sleepy. Are you a little sleepy or a lot sleepy?
You're a little sleepy, a lot sleepy.
I miss my mom. It's the best time of oil.
Good. Go finish watching Batman. We're going to go see Nana Grandpa.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll do the opposite.
And make that also.
Yeah, we'll do the opposite, of course. Okay? All right. All right. So
but I think I'm a little shy to write in public. I have to be honest.
Okay. So then let's have
Sorry.
the three of you then.
I can understand.
Okay, let's have the three of you then. Let's talk about the reputation system.
Well, I thought that, well, because within the whole system section, there's 3 parts. Are we responsible for all 3 parts or just the Daemo part?
We are responsible for. to go down here. So under the Daemo platform, we're going to have it's going to be a graphic, but then we're going to have the basics of what Daemo is, a project platform, the task feed, reputation, all the little bits and bobs.
Oh, okay. So that all goes in there.
Yeah. So what I was just figuring is that, so that's going to be paragraphs worth. So we're going to talk about
All right. All right. Yeah, it might be better. Yeah, I think what I may do is the kind of list that we had started last night, workers, requesters, tasks, choosing tasks, like just the basic workflow. I may just go back what's further down under foundational elements, that section. I may just go to there and just start using that as a basis, if that works.
Well, then how about we do this? I'll put a meeting in for tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. At which time we'll have two things. We'll have the related works that will have matured and moved to the next step.
Okay.
And we'll take a look at that. Then we'll also have this bulleted list of stuff.
Yeah.
And then at that point, let's try to brainstorm and spitball actually writing it.
Okay.
Between now and then, if you just want to just put in a sentence, just crack it open and something inspires you and you see a statement, convert it into a sentence.
Okay. All right, I can work on some of the dry bits offline if that's okay. Are we doing a 10 o'clock tonight also?
Yes, I'll put the 10 o'clock in, and that'll give us we continue to move this concept a little bit further. Okay.
All right. So Yana, what are you doing 8 hours from now?
Just have dinner and then
Sleeping.
go to sleep. Divya just
I don't know
texted
what
me
time it would be.
that she lost the connection. She tries to come back, but it doesn't work.
Okay.
Oh no.
Then I'll make sure that you all have the link for Monday, and we'll disconnect. Send stuff in Slack, whatever you need then in the interim. So if you're missing stuff, you have questions.
Okay.
That way we can keep the ball rolling when we're all out of sync.
Okay.
Okay.
I you sleeping.
And is there something specific you would like me to do or to read besides the articles?
Well, in the general Slack, Bernstein sent over some direction. So
yeah, I just saw that.
you have a little free time and you want to read the Mind Works and then or Thought Works, and then
mobile works in the Dynamo, I think.
If you want to read those pieces, I think that'll be very helpful then. What we need to do as far as he's looking for us to, I don't want to say borrow, but be able to, I think, capture the
inspiration from.
What's that?
Take some inspiration.
Yeah. Let's look at that. But even beyond that, I think what he is looking for is that if we write in that style, and if we write in that with those as reference points, the Chai universe that we're writing for, they'll then be able to draw the linkages. So we're aping off of them. We're able to get a little more traction because they're going to recognize, I've seen this before. Oh, yeah. The Daemo paper. So.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to drop off then. You all can continue the chat if you like. We need to get the boys over to Nana and Grampy's. But thank you for the time. It was good. I think we moved the needle a little bit.
Yeah. Trigla, before you go, can you take us off of live? Because we can't turn it off if you're not here.